Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Wade's Movie World. Okay, so we only have 2 more episodes left in the second season of Superman and Lois. And there's been a lot of talk about if Superman and Lois is ever going to answer a big question, and that is, will they ever comment or make any references to any of the Arrowverse crossovers or any of the other characters, such as Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, Kara Danvers, Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, and Barry Allen, The Flash, and also the Legends of Tomorrow. And hopefully they won't reference this one, but Batgirl, I'm hoping they'll just say that one never happened because that show was pure shit. A lot of fans have been wondering if they're ever going to touch on that. Now, we do know that they are all on the same Earth, or most of them are, because in the first season, David Ramsey's John Diggle showed up with a prototype weapon that he was delivering to General Lane from Lila and Argus. So we do know that these characters do exist in the Superman and Lois world and universe. So I found this article. It came out back on April 4th, 2022, and it was published by the authors at ScreenRant.com, and the headline reads, Superman and Lois Season 2 will answer big Arrowverse crossover questions. Okay, so it sounds like they are going to answer some questions that we've all been having. So let me get into the article. And just so you know, guys, I've read through this article a little bit. I haven't read through the whole thing, but I kind of know the main points of this article. So, but parts of it I'll be reading for the first time, but most of it I've already seen. So here we go. Again, the headline is Superman and Lois Season 2 will answer big Arrowverse crossover questions. Superman and Lois showrunner promises that Season 2 will finally answer some of the big questions regarding the Arrowverse crossovers in the series and the other characters that we have seen. So the article starts out by saying Superman and Lois Season 2 will tackle some of the big, unresolved questions regarding the show's lack of Arrowverse crossovers. The Arrowverse, which is celebrating its 10-year anniversary this October, that's pretty cool, has been able to adapt multiple iconic DC superheroes and supervillains from the comic book panel to the small screen. One of the franchise's latest additions is Superman and Lois, which premiered in 2021 and features Tyler Hoechlin as Kal-El Clark Kent Superman and Elizabeth Tulloch as Lois Lane, the retrospective characters in their own show. Unlike previous Superman adaptations, this incarnation focuses on the pair trying to juggle work responsibilities while also being parents to 2 teenage twin boys. Okay, so it goes on to say further on in the article, currently airing its Season 2, it didn't take long for Superman and Lois to become one of the CW's most successful shows. However, while the DC drama has been exploring this new take on the Man of Steel and Lois Lane, the show has had little interaction with other Arrowverse series. Since the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover in 2020, Superman and Lois has barely acknowledged its ties to the wider Arrowverse franchise. With the exception of a few Crisis mentions, such as David Ramsey's John Diggle is the only major Arrowverse hero to show up on the series in Season 1. While Superman and Lois also brought back Jenna Dewan's Lucy Lane, this incarnation is a post-Crisis iteration of the character who appeared in Supergirl Season 1. As fans have been inquiring about the lack of references to the larger Arrowverse, Superman and Lois showrunner Todd Helbing recently tackled this very question. At this year's WonderCon, the topic came up during the Superman and Lois panel, including the question of why Kara Zor-El, Clark's cousin, Supergirl, has yet to be brought up. Without revealing any spoilers, Helbing assured fans that at the end of Superman and Lois Season 2, viewers would have all their questions answered, sharing the following. Showrunner Todd Helbing said, quote, All I'll say is I think like everybody has this question why we don't bring up Supergirl or the Flash or any of the other heroes, and aside from us not being able to do crossovers and wanting to put our own stamp on this property, I'll just say at the end of this season you guys will get the answer to the questions you have, end quote. Though Helbing's comments could easily be interpreted as a possible tease that Superman and Lois will be revealed to have never been set on Earth Prime in the first place, a few things cancel out that hypothesis. For starters, when John Diggle appeared, it was made abundantly clear that this iteration is the same one that Clark and Lois met during Crisis on Infinite Earths. Not only was John Diggle's Green Lantern mystery brought up, but Diggle references the Arrowverse's past with doppelgangers, parallel universes, and even an allusion to Oliver Queen's death. Superman and Lois is also taking part in a tie-in Arrowverse comic event titled Earth Prime, which starts this month and serves as a crossover that has been confirmed to be canon to all the other Arrowverse shows. Now, when it says this month, just to let you all know, this article came out in April of 2022, so this month being this past April. While it will be intriguing to see what these answers will be, it is still understandable that some viewers have found Superman and Lois's lack of Arrowverse connection strange for quite some time. It was especially odd not to hear Superman and Lois as much as reference Kara Danvers revealing her true identity after the Supergirl series finale last year. As Superman and Lois was one of the 2 Arrowverse series to be renewed for another season, perhaps Season 3 will reveal bigger connections to the overall franchise. Whether this would be through more subtle references or actual appearances by other Arrowverse characters, however, remain to be seen. For now, Superman and Lois fans clearly have some major updates to look forward to when the show returns tomorrow night, June 21st, 2022. Now, I did find another article on this, and it had just a little bit more in it. I'll share with you guys what that article said, or part of what it said. So during, this is coming from comicbook.com. This article was published on April 5th of 2022 by Nicole Drum, who is the author of the article. And I'm not going to go through this entire article, but I will tell you that Tyler Hoechlin, who plays Superman on Superman and Lois, was at a fan expo in Vancouver in February of 2022. And one of the things he said was he cited COVID-19 as one of the big reasons there hasn't been more interaction in the shared universe. Tyler Hoechlin said, quote, "I would say there are so many different layers to that, especially for us last year having COVID." Hoechlin told fans at the Fan Expo in Vancouver, "I know there were ideas of doing crossovers and they just got scrapped right away. I mean, even keeping your own production up and running was so difficult that it just got completely squashed. For us, at least for me, the way I have approached it from the beginning, again, these are all conversations that go on between all kinds of people in LA and everywhere else. For us, we just kind of take care of what we're taking care of day to day. For me, knowing that Elizabeth Tulloch and I had done in the previous shows, and we had our infant child before coming into this world of having 2 teenagers. I just had to make sense in my mind of how we got there, and for me, it was a clean slate, but otherwise I'd be asking questions, what happened to our infant child, end quote. So he was also quoted as saying something else. He says, quote, "So for me, just to clarify and make it easier for me to get into what we're doing, I just cut it and start over. So whatever that ends up being, that's the thing with TV too, with film. You know where you start, you know where you finish. With TV, it's constantly evolving, so it might be one thing today and then it might be something completely different tomorrow or next week or a year from now. So to say anything definitively, I know it's always annoying we don't do it, but it wouldn't be doing justice to it at all. Because we don't know, it's never like a final answer until the show is over and then you get to reboot. So it never ends. So for us right now, just at least the way I'm approaching it, it is that for me, the only memory I have as this Clark is that this has been my life with these guys, and that's just how I'm approaching it. So who knows, time will tell with the rest. Close quote. So yeah, Tyler Hoechlin had a lot to say and how he approaches things, but I'm like all the rest of the fans out there. I do hope we get some answers to the Arrowverse and Superman and Lois, and maybe kind of come to a point to where they can have all this make sense throughout the entire Arrowverse timeline or timelines. Now, one thing that I would love to see happen is I would like to see Melissa Benoist's Supergirl show up. I'm kind of hoping she'll show up in the season finale of season 2. But I also would love to see Grant Gustin's The Flash come over to Superman and Lois, and maybe have that happen during the season 2 finale as well. That would be cool if we got Supergirl and Flash and Superman to stop Ali Alston from merging the Bizarro Earth with the Earth Prime. So anyway. But yeah, those are my thoughts, and I just wanted to share with you what's being said out there in the television world about what we might be able to expect for these last 2 episodes of Superman and Lois Season 2. Okay, so that is it for this video. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Good night. God bless. I love all of you, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.